So I'm super, super, super duper looper, that's not a word, excited for tonight's Zoom. My really good friend Casey is going to be hosting tonight, and she is going to be talking about a little bit of how mindset, well, a lot of it, about how changing her mindset has literally changed everything in her life. I have seen her, I mean, she's just completely changed. I'm so incredibly proud of her. And just recently, I've noticed a huge shift in her business, and I'm literally getting texts from her like every day. Oh my gosh, this person messaged me from out of the blue wanting to join my team, or so-and-so's purchasing, or oh my gosh, go look at my PV. And she'll tell you so much more about it. But you guys, she is the true like poster person for your mindset changes everything. So I'm super excited to learn from her and for you guys to do it as well. So without further ado, I will turn it over to this beautiful specimen right here.
Way to make me want to cry. Okay, so my name is Casey, and I have been a part of Plexus for going on 19 months. I went silver after a few months and then kind of got stuck, and I know that it was all because of my mindset, and my mind was not in the right place. So I am going to share a few of the things that I've kind of incorporated into my daily routines. But I wanted to start it off a little bit differently and read you all a story. So this is Cordelia, and I bought Cordelia for my daughter because I had a friend who was starting up her Usborne book business. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll support you. So I got this book, and we started reading it, and I immediately started bawling my eyes out. And I'm going to try not to cry when I read it to you guys. But without further ado, here is a story about Cordelia. Cordelia could fly along with the breeze. What seemed impossible, she did with ease. See, there's Cordelia. The deeper her courage and confidence grew, the higher she went, the higher she flew. From the top of her head to the tips of her toes, the more she believed, the more that she rose. Cordelia could fly, she always just knew. This faith in herself was how it was true. When she trusted her heart and trusted it whole, she could sing with the birds, songs filling her soul. From up overhead, the earth sparkled and gleamed, a world filled with friends with magic and dreams. Up in the sky, she would make the moon smile, dance with the stars, and laugh all the while. Cordelia's world was vivid, colored and bright. Joy filled her days, and beauty filled her nights. Her happiness was endless. Her delight only grew until the day others doubted she flew. They didn't see her sing and play. They didn't see her fly. No one would believe her. They didn't even try. She used lots of ways, as many as she could find, to explain what was possible, but no one changed their mind. No one seemed to listen, and no one seemed to care when Cordelia explained how she flew in the air. They said that she was silly. They said that she was wrong. They made Cordelia doubt who she'd been all along. Try not to cry, you guys. As their words filled her head, her heart began to sink. Does who you are depend on what other people think? So Cordelia stopped doing the thing that she loved, the thing that made her happy, that made her who she was. She didn't fly and sing with the birds in the trees. No twirling, no spinning, no smiling, no gliding on the breeze. She didn't wish good morning to the whale in the salty air as the sun warmed her skin and the wind blew her hair. She didn't visit the moon to try to make him grin or play games with the stars, seeing who would win. Cordelia began to walk in an ordinary way, like everybody else on an ordinary day. As the days passed, Cordelia stayed on the ground. Life became gray. There was no color. There was no sound. She missed the stars and the moon. She missed the bird's sweet song. She missed the mighty whale. Everything was wrong. As she thought about her friends, her sadness became anger. She was mad at herself for letting other people change her. Who was anyone to say if she could or couldn't fly? What was or wasn't possible if they didn't even try? With confidence and strength, Cordelia began anew. She was the girl who could fly, and she knew that this was true. As Cordelia ran along, a feeling began to start. It was a soothing of her soul and a healing in her heart. She remembered who she was and that she loved to fly. As the doubts of others fell away, she rose into the sky. Cordelia began to fly again, to sing and play and soar, because what others thought didn't matter anymore. She knew just who she was. She knew who she could be. And this belief in herself set Cordelia free. Just because another can't see this world like you doesn't make things impossible or mean that they are not true. So that's a story about Cordelia. If you want a copy of it, you can get it from Usborne Books. I know who can hook you up if you're interested. But when I read that book, it broke it down so simply, because you're going to meet a lot of people in this business who don't understand the reason why you're doing what you're doing. They don't understand that you have a story with the products, and they don't understand the business. And you're going to have a lot of people who disagree. They're going to doubt you. They're going to doubt the products. They're going to doubt the business. And in the end, the only one who can stop you from being successful in this is you and your mindset. And their opinions really don't matter in the end. I love the quote. It goes something like, others' opinions of me do not have to become my reality. And I love that, because for me, I'm a people pleaser. And so I like to make sure everybody's happy, but you're not going to be able to do that. So you need to be, it's just not realistic. So you need to be true to who you are. You need to remember that, you're in this because you have a story with the products, and you're in this because you know that the compensation plan really can change somebody's financial future, and just stand firm in that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about beliefs. In this business, we all have beliefs in general, whether that's about others, whether it's about ourselves, whether it's about this opportunity. We can either believe truth or we can believe lies. Some examples of lies would be, they got in before I did, so I'm not going to rank up as fast, or if at all, or, I'm an introvert. There's no way that I can talk to other people. And so we have to make sure that we're not giving into the wrong beliefs, because what if everything that we've been believing, what if it's wrong? What if it really is, all a lie? What if we have to change our mindset and believe truth before we can ever be successful? Our beliefs can hold us back. And another thing that will hold us back is comparison. And I know it's so easy to do. I have friends, I have friends that joined the exact same time that I did, and they are already senior Ruby. And so for me to sit back and compare and say, oh, I'm still silver, obviously this business isn't for me, that's only going to steal my joy, and my peace of mind. And, I'm glad that I'm still silver. I know that sounds crazy, but I had a lot of learning to do, as I'm on this road to gold. And so there's a reason for everything. Everybody's journey is different. There's no like one timeline that everybody's going to follow to rank up. And so, but it really does all come back to mindset. And so we have to stop playing a comparison game, because between our beliefs about ourselves, about the business, about others, and playing a comparison game, we have to be careful that we're not letting them become excuses. And there's a quote. Let me see if I can find it. There is a quote by Carrie Wilkerson. You guys, where did it go? I had it right here. Excuses are lies you tell that no one believes but you. We have to quit letting our excuses become stop signs. And I know for me personally, just because I'm a people pleaser, which I mean, you want to try not to offend everybody you meet, but at the same time, like if you constantly let other people run your business because you're afraid to upset people, you're not going to get very far. And so for me personally, I've been believing that others' opinions of me are the truth. And eventually that, which is not true, and that eventually becomes an excuse. So we have to make sure that, our mindset, we have the mindset that, excuses are lies you tell yourself that no one believes but you. And you have to quit letting those become stop signs, because that will hold you back in your business. And until I actually got that and stopped making excuses, I did not get very far. In fact, I would constantly tell Rachel, I would be like, so Rachel, like, this is not going my way, or I didn't get to this because of this. And I would like make excuses and I would complain. And I'm like, yeah, but I know it comes back to mindset. I'm going to start being positive. I'm going to start, talking myself up, or I'm going to start, saying my affirmations daily. And she finally just gave me a little bit of tough love. And she was like, I want you to stop saying that you're going to be positive and just do it. And it was exactly what I needed to hear. Because you can say that you're going to do this or say that you're going to do that, but if you don't actually do it, like tomorrow's never going to come. If you keep saying, okay, one day I'll do it when I'm ready, or that's the next thing I'm going to start doing, just do it. Like, don't keep putting it off, because your mindset really is key in this. And that was a couple months ago that I finally started just doing it, and being positive. And I have seen more growth in the past 2 months in my business than I have in the whole almost 19 months that I've been with the company. So unless you believe in yourself and change your mindset, you're not going to be successful. So I'm going to share a couple of the things that I have kind of incorporated into my routine. And a couple of them are from this book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. If you have not read this, it is one of the first three books that Ashley and Rachel really recommend reading when you start this business. And this is number 1 on the list, and for good reason. So if you haven't gotten it, it's like $5 on Amazon. You need to get it. It will change your life. It's changed my marriage. It's changed my finances. It's changed my mind and my business. And so I highly recommend this, even to non-Plexus people. I love this book. And he talks all about how our minds are kind of like computers, and you can either you choose to believe the positive or you choose to believe the negative. We're all human, and thoughts are going to pop into our head because we all have doubts and we all have insecurities, but in the end we have the authority to decide which ones stay and which ones go. So we can dwell on the positive and be successful, or we can dwell on the negative and get nowhere. But really the choice is up to us. And so it's like a computer, you have to like rewire your brain to think a certain way. And so a couple of the techniques that I've used, one is tape talk. And what it is you basically record yourself on, voice memo, saying affirmations, like I only put in my body what is good for me. And, I never wait to respond to people. I always message them back as soon as I see the message, because I'm someone who struggles with, I'll read a message and then I'll get really afraid and I won't respond. So I put that in my tape talk, and then I just listen to it every day. And it's really awkward and it's really weird at first, hearing yourself talk yourself up. But when you hear something over and over and over, you're going to start to believe it. So that's why we need to be careful that we're not believing lies and that we're filling our minds with positive things. The second thing that I do is I have affirmations written everywhere in my house. These I took from my mirror, and I'll just read a few of them. I read these off at least a couple times a day, sometimes more if I need a little bit more talking myself up for that day. But just a few things. I am confident in my ability to lead my team to the top. I am valuable. I bring something to this world that nobody else can. I am bigger than my emotions on even the hardest days. Saying no is not selfish. Boundaries can be a healthy thing. I'm courageous. I stand up for myself. And I post these everywhere. I post different ones in the house. I have some on my refrigerator. I have some in the car. I have some on my phone. But definitely taking the time to inspire yourself and motivate yourself is going to be key. Actually, before I even message people in the morning, I make sure that I'm motivating myself, I'm inspiring myself, whether that be listening to a motivational video on YouTube or looking up like inspirational quotes, on Google or whatever. I just make sure that I am inspiring myself. And I even, just going to share a little bit, my daughter actually asked me to make one for her mirror. So she's got one that she reads before bed. It says, I am loved, I am strong, I am smart. And she goes through all of them at bedtime. But here's the thing, and the third thing that I've really had to work on is surrounding myself with people who inspire me. And this one was hard because last year I went through a season where I had to weed out relationships that were hurting me more than they were helping me. And this sounds super selfish, but it's not, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to be the best version of you that you can be. And I'm not talking about weeding out people who have bad days, because we all have bad days, but you have to be careful that you're not allowing other people to drain you. I'm talking about like the negative Nancy's that you're constantly around, that they have excuses for everything, or that, they're just negative, all around negative. And that was a hard thing for me to do, but it has changed so much. And my husband, my poor husband, I actually complained a lot to him when these people were in my life. And I was like, God, I just feel so drained. Like, I can't even focus on me. Like, I feel like I want to be negative all the time. And bless him, he was like, well, you kind of attract those people. And I don't think he knew what he was saying, but it really clicked at that point that, oh my gosh, like, I attract those people because my mindset is so negative. Like, I'm a strong believer of your vibe attracts your tribe. And so you have to make sure that you are being the leader, being the person that you want on your team. And so you need to take that extra time to really inspire yourself and motivate yourself and talk yourself up. And because people aren't going to be attracted to negativity. You know, you think of the friends on your Facebook list, you're going to be attracted to the ones that inspire people, the ones that are uplifting. And so you want to make sure that you're being who you would want on your team, if that makes sense. Positivity has really changed the way that my business has worked, especially when it comes to like mindset and sharing the products and the business with people. You really have to get out of that I'm selling something mentality, because I'm a real person. I have a testimony with the products. It's literally like, they've literally changed my life. You know, I'm bringing in extra income for our family. Why would I not share that with somebody? I'm not selling it. I'm giving them hope. I'm sharing it with them. And so just in that aspect, you really have to make sure that you have that in your mind when you approach somebody about the products or the business. And if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in the products, if you don't believe in the potential that this business is and has, like, that's going to come across to your potential customers, to your friends, your family, potential ambassadors. That's going to come across to everybody, despite the fact that you don't want it to. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I guess I'll just hand it back over to Rachel.
That was amazing. See, they're all clapping for you. And I don't know if you can see them on your iPad, but you have a bunch of love messages in the chat saying how beautiful you are. Everyone was crying during the book. They want to know where to buy it. I know a few people do, and they love your vision board. They said it's on point behind you there.
Guys, I'm trying not to cry during the book.
I think everybody else did. And then Sam said, others' opinions of you are none of your business. And I freaking love that quote. And Ashley said that your daughter having affirmations is the cutest thing ever. And I completely agree. So thank you so much. I think everybody here absolutely loved it. And it was short and sweet and to the point and incredibly inspiring. And you make me so proud. I mean, not just right now, but every single day. So thank you so much. And I love you guys. I'll see you Wednesday for my Zoom and chill. And then check out the other Zooms we have this month too. And thanks again, Casey. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.